What is up, folks? Welcome back. Happy New Year. Or if you're stuck in the past like we are here, this is going to be the last fix that we do for 2025. Goodness. We've been absent the past few days. I do apologize. In the absolute worst timing possible, of course. We ran out of DC filters. That's one of the things that we replace in literally every single HomePod that we open up here. It needs new filters. And I saw it coming. I ordered replacements a few weeks ago. They got delayed, so I ordered backup replacements. That got delayed. I won't have anything until Friday. I forgot that we had stashed a few in here in our little crane game here, so we're gonna make the best of the last fix of 2025 here and knock out a quick one before we head out and into the town to check out some pretty lights. Nice timing, the 3D printer just finished its last job. I can go ahead and shut that off and we can have a little bit of peace and quiet in the background. Alright, and boy, do we have some stuff. We've got some big things coming up for 2026. I won't share any details until it happens. There are no certainties in life, you know. But we've got some pretty big changes coming here soon. We won't spoil it. If you know, you know. If you don't ruin it for everyone else. What are you?
I'm chilling.
You're just chilling, sure. Alright, we have not. Let's message Dean here. Let's let him know they are the last lucky pod of 2025. What a year. Let's see how many we've fixed in a year since December 31st, 2024. Shuffle hands, Danny. Welcome back, folks. Am I mad at you? Why would I be mad at you? Why would I be mad at anybody? Let's see, how many have we done? Wow, that's a lot of scrolling. Let's see, 1231. A year ago to this day, we were on repair number 3250. And here we are looking at Dean's number 4686. We've got a few up there with number 4700s up there. So, I mean, we fixed easily 1,000 to 1,500 pods, somewhere in between there in this past year. That's the wrong power cord. That won't tell me how much power this is pulling from the wall. This one will. Let's see, no lights, no power, a couple of watts at the wall. It's going to be the usual dead diode repair. We do still have a few diodes left over, but like I said, we ran out of filters. I ordered more. My contingency plan even fell through, and we're kind of hanging high and dry until Friday, trying to mitigate all of the design. I'm just kidding. Everybody's been sitting on these things for years. It's not like we're saving lives fixing these here, but I can understand wanting your stuff back nonetheless, especially a speaker that sounds as good as these. Well, let's get it fixed so it's one less waiting for us when those parts finally get delivered. I think what we're gonna do, since it's Yeah, it's gonna absolutely suck if I don't touch another HomePod until Friday, with how many we have waiting. I had another 12 show up yesterday. Thankfully, nobody's open today and tomorrow, so there's no chance of more getting stacked up. But what I think we'll do is, even without the parts, we can do about half the work. So we can tear all of these down, fix any of them that need new diodes, leave them apart, because the filters aren't going to fix any of these no powers. But we do need to give them new filters so that they don't come back for death farts and stinky subwoofer speakers. So I think what we can do until Friday is we'll crack the rest of them open, do as much as we can with what we've got. Heck, for most of them we can even see if they're fixed and worry about the extra maintenance and reassembly when we've got the rest of the parts this weekend. That way we're not kind of just sitting around on our hands waiting for something and then doing the mad rush trying to fix 30 to 50 HomePods in one weekend. Crazy work, as the kids say. Let's check out Shuffle Hands' PC build. Their first PC build at that. Let's see. Oh man, that's a nice. I will say that's a very nice sleeper case that you picked. Very good taste, good sir. Let's see. You made that fit. Wow. Okay, that's funny. That's good. You got the dual layer DVD drive. You got 2 DVD drives. I would replace one of them with a Blu-ray drive. Definitely keep the top one and then replace the bottom one, I would say, with a Blu-ray drive. And let's see how it looks with the side panel on. Yeah, that's... I like that. And the i3 sticker on it ties it all in together very well. And we got Dean with us. Glad you could join us. And thank you for waiting oh so patiently. I know I tell folks it generally only takes us a couple days to, at most, get through your pod and get it out of here. But what a perfect storm the end of the year usually ends up being. Used precision screwdriver. I genuinely, I don't know if you were around the last time a few weeks ago our screwdriver had a malfunction. We were struggling to make another working screwdriver. We don't have the parts to put together another working screwdriver for you. They just fall apart that bad in that many ways. Out of like the 8 to 12 that I've collected over the years, they're all in pieces needing very major repairs that aren't feasible. Sucks. And I sanity checked. I bought a brand new one like a few months ago just to see if they'd fixed any of the issues. They did not. Primary complaints with the Miniware ES15 and the ES15S, which is the current version that they're selling, indistinguishable between generations. You're not going to notice a difference other than maybe the newer one being maybe quieter and maybe better battery life. But in any case, the power output sucks across all of them, except for the very first one that was donated to me. Every single unit I've gotten since then has had a significantly weaker motor, and I've actually been swapping the original motor. This is the original motor from like 3 or 4 years ago. This is like the 10th or 12th body and display and button and battery and all that garbage. Very disappointing for the price of the screwdriver. I contacted the manufacturer and they sent me like 3 more units and they all just had the same problems. You want some sips to wake up? Some sippies? It's alright. Are you excited for tonight, kiddo? We're gonna be going out into the town. We're gonna go look at the Space Noodle. See what kind of stuff they're shooting off it. Oh. Yeah. Be free. We're not rushing this one. It's the only one we're doing. It's the only one we got parts for. Good, you guys can't really see what I'm doing on the board. There you go. Gotta really reach in there for them. All 14. There we go. And with that, we are at the source of the HomePod, most of the HomePod's problems. Uh-oh. Why are my fans not kicking on? We can't be breathing this. We need our fans. There we go. Alright. Actually, I'll go ahead and explain what we're doing here. Before we fix the actual no power issue, which is caused by our favorite, the 46K dated Schottky diode. These love to fail and cause no power due to a defect in the diode themselves. So we replace this with a brand new, bigger, better, faster, stronger one that won't fail and cause this issue again. But more importantly, and the reason why we're so backed up right now without being able to fix anyone else, these 4 capacitors right here are our DC filters. They remove unwanted DC voltage from the audio signal as it passes through the amp, gets amplified and spit out to the speakers. All Class D audio amps naturally generate a bit of DC voltage. A little bit of DC voltage is okay as a snack, but you're supposed to filter it and keep it under a certain amount, more or less 50 millivolts, which is a very tiny amount. when you're, you know, a standard AA battery is 1.5 volts. Here's a AAA battery. 1.5 volts is what these suckers kick out, and you don't want to see more than 50 millivolts. That's a couple decimal points more over than 1.5 volts. Very, very sensitive stuff is what I'm getting at here. So over time, these will naturally age and decay and lose their effectiveness at filtering that DC voltage. The result of that in HomePods, it presents as a death fart. It's a loud buzzing sound followed by a forced restart of the speaker. Not just do they fail from age over time, but more frequently they are failing, again, quality control issues. Maybe they weren't maybe they're underrated, maybe they are low quality. For one reason or another, not due to age, it's not natural that we're seeing these many failing this early on. So more likely they've got another quality control issue going on with those filters there. And when we replace them, we see the issues go away and not come back. So between no power and these filters going bad and causing death farts, those are our two most common issues that we get HomePods coming in for here. So those are the two things that we replace every time, and I am out of these gosh darn filters. But I stashed a set in my little game here. So we're gonna get ourselves some filters to fix. There's my alien! To fix my last HomePod of the year. The kid got a hold of this, I'm afraid, and stuck some toys in there, it looks like, but there it is. Alright. Did we get our filters? That doesn't look like a filter. That looks like another alien. Gosh darn aliens. Let's get that guy put back where he belongs. Let's try our luck again here. Ah, yes. The last filters on the planet. The last repair of 2025. Well, let's go. Alright, we got the old filters off. Got some flux down onto the board. Have I printed anything interesting since getting that 3D printer? Not really. I mean, it's been pretty busy just printing adapters for the most part. Here and there, I'll print like a topped basket for a HomePod. Like, I've done that like once or twice, really. I've printed a couple of companion cubes, some bigger, some smaller. I printed a giant Ditto. I don't know where my Ditto went, but I printed him in a giant purple that color changes to this beautiful clear. I miss my Ditto. Where did he go? And there we go. A very nice fresh set of filters. We only bother replacing this here 10 ohm resistor if it's visually damaged. We only need to bother replacing that if it's visually damaged. I mean, pretty much never during maintenance. You're only going to see that resistor blown up if you're dealing with a death farts repair. Particularly if the subwoofer is also damaged, then you'll see that resistor blown up. But for one with no power, I would never expect to see that resistor having or causing any issues unless the HomePod was having death farts in addition to its new no power issue. Oh, also as a side note, Danny, that's why I haven't shipped anything for you out yet. Also, obviously I don't have filters to refurbish an amp board to send out to you quite yet. But there we go, that's with those two things replaced on this HomePod's amp board, that fixes 99% of the HomePods that show up here and their common issues, while simultaneously preventing the other common issues. We got it locked down pretty well here. Pretty lucky little bit of tech to get into fixing here. As far as too easily attainable off-the-shelf components when shipping doesn't delay them. Relatively easy to get, relatively cheap. Get that reconnected. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, if there's anything you want me to print, if it's a simple, quick, and easy print, then I can possibly whip that up for you. You know, it would be really cool if like JLC PCB and like those pay to print, pay to manufacture shops like had a camera on their printers and mills that like shot you a link to watch when it was getting made. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be neat? Alright, and last but not least, Another maintenance item that we do here is replace that old crusty foam subwoofer gasket with a nice new solid rubber one that makes for a better seal and that'll last longer. Stefan, welcome back. Welcome. Happy New Year. Thank you for the New Year text, too, as well. Sorry that I didn't get back to you. I usually see people's text messages as they come in, but I don't usually have the time to reply in that moment, and then my ADHD brain allows me to forget about it until I'm laying down in bed. Well, if you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, I'll bring you folks just joining us up to date, since we're, maybe to your surprise, almost done here with this stream. I ran out of parts. I ordered more parts a few weeks ago. They got delayed, so I ordered backup parts. Those were also delayed. And I won't have anything. I won't have more DC filters to practically fix any HomePod until this Friday. So this is the first and last one that we're doing for today to wrap up 2025. But then what we'll do to try to keep ourselves from falling too far behind tomorrow and Friday while we wait for the stuff to get delivered, we'll start cracking open all of the rest of the HomePods and fix what we can. We won't be able to put anything back together because they'll need, we want to replace all the filters for that maintenance. But we can take them all apart. We can at least fix the ones that we do have parts for and see if they're fixed and leave them apart to wrap up the maintenance and reassembly when we get the rest of the stuff. Then we're not too far behind. Man, and I haven't ran out of parts like this since before I even offered HomePod maintenance as a thing. Like before we even figured out that it was worthwhile to replace those filters in every single HomePod. There were plenty of HomePods that we would fix where all they would get was just a diode, and if they tested fine, we wouldn't bother replacing the filters. And there were a few days or a week or so at a time, a few years ago there, where it wasn't a big deal if we ran out of filters and had to wait for them because not everybody needed them, and typically we weren't even using them. But here we are. Oh, how the tables have turned. If we had ran out of Schottky diodes, not the end of the world. We would have technically been able to fix more things if we had ran out of diodes than filters, but what can you fix? What can you do? Oh, and what grinds my gears is that, I saw it coming, and I ordered more, and the replacement order was due to be delivered sooner than the first order was, and see you folks next year, I guess. Spectacular timing too. Oh yeah, and we looked back, we were at repair number 3100, 3200 a year ago. So we fixed around about 1,400-ish HomePods on the record. There's always ones off the record, but with how many we are getting on the daily basis on the record these days, it's an insignificant number that we're doing on the side. Oh, I used to only order like 100, like 50 to 100 DC filters at a time. And now we're ordering like 1,000 to 2,000 of them at a time. Because if the HomePod's getting taken apart, those filters are getting replaced. So every single HomePod gets new filters, and they each take 4 of them. So we go through those more than any other piece on the channel here. The Schottky diodes, we only replace those if they cause no power and or it has the date code we're looking for. The subwoofer gasket, sure, every HomePod gets a new subwoofer gasket, but there's only one of these. I pay about $1 a piece for each of these gaskets. I pay about $1 a piece for each single filter, of which the HomePod takes 4. Yeah, it starts to add up. When every little piece you do here and there is $1, $2, $3, or it takes 4 of them. There you go. You've got yourself some power. We'll give it a chance to boot all the way up here. We'll give it a sound check, and then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go peruse the town, see where we can get into trouble here. Oh.
My sticker.
Oh, your stickers. These stickers.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Yes, aren't we all?
I'm having trouble connecting.
Show me those beautiful volume buttons. Yes, perfect. All right, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I will catch you all in the new year.